Hey, welcome everybody. We're back. We're live, and we're gonna get back to the normal and do third quarter stuff today. We have it's been a while since we've done like a 12-man draft on here, like an actual full draft. I haven't really done a whole lot of research on this contest, so we're gonna kind of wing it. I've done a couple of them. We can look through the few that I've done so far, look over the boards real quick. That does not look right. I guess I've done 5 of them. I did a bunch of them last night, so there is that. So the first one I did was last week, and RIP Mike Evans. Uh, just RIP Mike Evans. It sucks. It feels bad. So, but the first one I done also RIP Kendra Miller. So I got in on Kendra Miller. I was buying that Kenneth Gainwell would be above Jalen Warren. Like everything went wrong, it feels like. So there is that. Um we have but we took Brock, the Kyler after the injury and Penix. This team doesn't feel great. These are the ones I've done this week. I do like the Drake May. I really like Derrick Henry to come back from this. Let me fix this real quick. All right, so there we go. This should show the right matchups. Yeah, so this is the actual schedule for the third quarter. Um, but Drake May, I really like him because he gets Atlanta, who is okay. Then Tampa, the Jets might be a tough matchup, but then finishes off the third quarter with Cincinnati. That feels very, very good. And then Justin Herbert to just try to get us there. I added Cam Ward because he was free at the end. Like I'll take an extra quarterback just in case. I'm starting to believe in Xavier Legette a little bit. I don't know that he's going to be good, but that is something that I'm willing to be right or be wrong on. And I could definitely see Godwin with the Mike Evans stuff coming back week 10 for sure and being an elite piece, especially at that ADP. Ricky Pearsall may end up playing this week, so he should definitely be ready by next week. So these are just some of the picks I made. We can view the full draft. Look at the draft board real quick. So Bijan's a 101, Gibbs, McCaffrey. So all three of these have no buys. Taylor does have a buy in this at the 25% advance week. JSA and Puka do not. I don't know if I like JSN and Puka above Taylor or not. Like, I think I still like Taylor above them two. I think that this is pretty much the exact ranking I would have down to Josh Jacobs. I might have Amon Ra ahead of Cook. I might have I think down to Chase is right, and then after that, we kind of have this big group. I went ahead and pulled Scadaboo all the way up here. He also doesn't have a bye during that entire time. I like him quite a bit. I believe he had a pretty good schedule. Yeah, he plays San Francisco, who's a solid defense, but not elite. Chicago, which is a bad defense, and Detroit. So 3 of the 4 matchups are pretty solid in my eyes. So I do move him up. And then like Kyron William, if we look at Metsy's team here, I don't think they play Seattle in the 25% advance week. They also have San Francisco. But I mean, Tampa Bay and New Orleans are both really, really good picks or really good matchups. So there is that. And I want to thank everybody who's popping in. If you could, please smash the like. There we go. YouTube's changed their screens. It's all weird to me now. Trying to get used to that. So that's the one team. That was the first one I done, and then this one, I've actually ended up with quite a bit. Trevor Lawrence. I don't feel comfortable with it. That's right. No ball. We got Bijan, Javante. I've been taking a lot of Bucky. Like basically, like that's a very hard matchup in week 10. And you don't get him the first week. But Buffalo and Rams feel good, and it's Bucky Irving, and you can get Bucky Irving in the 5th round. So I took him in the 4th here, but he tends to fall to the 5th quite a bit. I mean, I basically took him in the 5th, right? So I like that as a value, especially if you already have 2 RVs, like that could give you points. Um, I really like Trey McBride not having a bye week, and he's actually starting to score touchdowns. I'm hoping that out of the bye week they don't go with Kyler, but it sounds like today that the stuff came out, and that is going to be a thing that they definitely do. They're going to stick with Kyler. Um, so we have a few of you in here. I don't know how many people are wanting to jump in, but I'm going to jump in a third quarter contest in 10 seconds. And while we're waiting for that to fill, because these do take a little bit to fill, we'll continue to go over some of these rosters. Waiting on one, actually. I did not. That is awesome. I showed my second quarter teams yesterday. Um, I'll show them. By the way, it filled. Uh, hold on. So we have this right here. I had 2 teams. I got third in both. This one was an awesome pod. A 150, 149. I got 143. Um, we had a 121, and the other pod, last place would have finished first in this pod. So I had 2 of them there, and the eliminator matchups have been coming out about this time every week. So it within the next hour or so generally. And I got housed. I had 134 points in my eliminator, which is a solid score. I went against a 172. So this is the third quarter contest. We got Aaron Sandy at the 101, Lutz at the 102. I got the 103. Christopher Davis. I am not aware of anyone else. If you are in here, please say something. Let us know. I do not. I did 75 eliminators. I had a 50-50 chance to have one advance to this point. I did not get there. Um, nice. Yeah, my eliminator, uh, I'll show it to you. I knew I was cooked whenever I seen the team I was going against because of their matchups. So this was my matchup. I had 134 points. They've scored 172. I really liked my team. I had a very solid team. The matchup, though, they had Bijan versus San Francisco, Jonathan Taylor, and Quinshawn versus the Dolphins. Like, not only that, but then they got like the extra 20 points from Bo Nix in the fourth quarter, right? So like without that 20 points, I still lose, but it like feels close. But just seeing that they had Bijan, Chase, and or Taylor and Judkins with the matchups they had, like I felt pretty dead from there. And then they hit the 28-point Devonta Smith week also. Like they only scored 6 points at wide receiver 3 and still put up 172. So I ran into an absolute freight train. That's part of what makes it fun, is because you could have the opposite happen to where you run into a team that scores 83 points and in your bad week and you had 100, right? So uh and like I would have beat both of those teams. But that's part of the pod luck. That's what I signed up for whenever I did the eliminators. I'm not mad about it. It just I knew I was dead whenever I seen the rosters. Or like as soon as I seen their matchups, like I wouldn't even have mind like that was a good team. It was a really good team that I went against. The thing is that if I would have played that team this upcoming week or the week after, I, Judkins doesn't get Miami. Like if it was Judkins versus any team but Miami, I would have like I would have felt like there was an actual chance. Yes, Bijan and Taylor still look awesome this week, but I don't think Judkins puts up the 30 points. I'm actually kind of fading Judkins this week for the weekly stuff. I could be wrong, but I am personally fading them a little bit. And what's up, Bestball on Call? That's right. Smash the like as Bestball on Call heads to his girls. Have one team. Yeah. I do not. And by the way, our team is I didn't get the autofill. There was one spot left, but it filled pretty quickly. Yeah, I'll go ahead and take Rashee Rice here. I wouldn't mind doing the Rashee Rice Patrick Mahomes thing. If that happens, that'd be great. If not, it's fine too. Aaron Sanders loves to snipe people. Like I don't care if I get him or not. I already have a Rashee Rice Patrick Mahomes team. I just feel like it's pretty good. Like week 10 is the week of only 40%. Like you have 40% chance to advance. So I like the week 10 buys over the other buys for this contest as well. So I will either take one of these two, depending on what Luch says. But yeah, so I can show you the team we drafted. Justin, I think it was a sprint we have that's close to advancing. I will find it on the other page real quick. Let me bring up the draft board here so you guys can watch. So I have a bunch of sprints that are like pretty close to advancing. I'm pretty sure ours would be advancing with the overlay stuff. So this was the one that we streamed. Sladen here is in third, and Updog down here at 9. But our team it's different. Because it has Kamara, who actually looks really good now. It's only 4 running backs. One of them, Caleb Johnson, but it's kind of hanging on. Our wide receivers, though, Puka, Tet, Hunter, Leggett, Thielen, Bryant, Pierce, Austin, they all feel alive. Like the thing about this team is no injuries, right? We got the 4 quarterbacks. We have Tyler Warren, Tucker Kraft. We're flexing a tight end pretty often. But yeah, like, I mean, I have a lot of 4 running back teams right now because of injuries. So it's not like this feels bad. Like, at least all of our players are not out for the season. So this is something that, like, if Achane, and Achane has an awesome playoff schedule, and so does Kenneth Walker. If something happens to Charbonnet, that team could be a house in the playoffs. So we have that we have that there. Just wanted to show you that a little bit of a sweat. Like I feel like that team is solid enough that we should advance. The 4 quarterbacks should definitely help it get to the cut line, because they're, even if we don't get first or second in the pod, like the cut line feels pretty live with that team. So let's see what everybody's doing. We have Aaron Sandy here at the 101. Got Bijan. He got Rome. And he's got Saquon Barkley. That's a really good start. Saquon has been falling everywhere right now. Everyone is very, very scared of Saquon. I agree. Like, I understand it. I absolutely understand it. So Do I want Jordan Mason here? I think I do. I think I want Jordan Mason. I was really hoping for Tyler Warren there for the Week 12 bring back with Kansas City. I really wanted Tyler Warren. I've done the Patrick Mahomes thing a couple times now, and every draft I've done it, Tyler Warren goes the pick right before me. I honestly think that a team with that combination has a very good chance to be number one. And also, I really like the Patriots. You get Cincinnati in Week 12 for the matchup. Like, that feels very good. But yeah, like Gibbs feels pretty good because he's got Washington and Minnesota, both bad defenses early. So that's always good. And I'm actually buying into Brock Bowers in this contest. I know that he hasn't played for a while. I know they look really, really bad. But I think that, like, this is round 5 Brock Bowers. Right? Like, he doesn't have a bye. He should be fully healthy when he's back. He was playing not healthy before. Like, I personally like the Brock Bowers pick right now at that pick. Like, Trey McBride goes 2 full rounds ahead. Tyler Warren goes ahead of him now. And I agree. I do think that Tyler Warren should be going ahead of him because there is uncertainty with Bowers' health and with the state of the Raiders. And I definitely agree that McBride should be tied at 1, and I don't think it should be close. Now, Kittle being all the way up there, I'm not going to get there. I will probably have 0. I'm probably going to do only 15 of these. Like, I've done 5. I plan on doing 2 of these on stream today. And then after that, not sure what I'll do. I might just pop off after that because I will be live later tonight, I believe, on Hartman's channel. I think he said he was going to make it and send us the link. So there is that. We have man, Jahmyr Gibbs absolutely went off this past week though. No, I did not. I did one last week, and the one I did last week not only had Mike Evans, it also had Kendra Miller. So, and the same thing happened in the second quarter. So the second quarter contest, I feel like I played it basically because Kevontae Turpin, not Jalen Tolbert, Ryan Flournoy come in, who was a slot guy, which is what Tolbert was going to do, and had that 119-1 that first week of the tournament. And I was saying the whole time that matchup was awesome, and that Dallas is they just had an awesome schedule, and they've been putting up a ton of points. But then he gets hurt the week, in week 4, Turpin ends up getting hurt, and Jalen Coker ends up I took a gamble that he would be ready by week 5 or 6, and he was never ready. So I took a gamble on that one. That one, you could say, was just wrong. But the Turpin stuff, I 100% believe I was right on it. I ended up with 20% Dowdle as well. So I feel like I played very well in that. So we're done. We got the Mahomes Rice-Worthy stuff with Indy here. I definitely want one of those. Any of these would be fine. We could just honestly go with Aaron Jones to lock up this backfield. I think that would be a fine way to do it. You get Baltimore and Chicago and Detroit there. Do I want to do that? Do I want Kamara? I kind of like Ramondre, as gross as that sounds. We'll go with Kamara. He does have a bye during this time, but Gibbs is Gibbs, and Mason has Chicago that week that he has a bye, so that feels okay. And also, I know Hulk Smash isn't in here right now, but if you see Hulk, congratulate him. He won the Dog Bowl qualifier touchdown bet thing. He used his token. It was a 76x. Lucky for him, I said it was Drake May. It was not Drake May. It was Steph Diggs. I had Steph Diggs. Steph Diggs was my only losing leg of the touchdown parlay on a 77x. So I was 4 of 5 on my parlay. Let me find it real quick on this other screen, and I will tell you what it was. It was, maybe it wasn't that close. Where is it? So I'm still looking for it. Oh no. It was maybe. Oh, okay. No, I missed 2 legs, but it was an 8-legger. That's what it is. What's up, Hartman? Man, this draft is going fast. All right, so we get Aaron Jones all the way back. Kamani Vidal might actually be a really good pick right now. But I'm going to go ahead and take Aaron Jones here. We're going to lock up that backfield. Give us a definite guy. If Rachaad White makes it back around, we'll take Rachaad White. If not, like the only 2 wide receivers we have are both by week 10. We cannot take any more by week 10 at any position. The reason why I don't want to do that is because I want to make sure I am strong at flex at the other positions for week 10. Like if I have 1 per, it's fine, but I don't like to, like, if I'm going to be really weak in a position for a week, especially in this, it's only a 4-week contest. I think that is the way to do it. And if I take Rachaad White here, I should have enough firepower in the first week, and I can be done at running back. I have Minnesota's backfield. I have Kamara. I have Rachaad White, who he will have a lesser role, but it is an extra guy for, like, the thing is, like, even when Bucky was there, he had like a 12-point week, right? And a 12-point week could be enough to get you to advance. And I honestly believe, like, I have an elite tight end. I have an elite quarterback. I can just tack on 9 receivers here, 1 more tight end, and 1 more quarterback. Just try to find a good matchup for week 10. And I mean, look at KC's schedule here: at Buffalo, at Denver, in India home. To me, that means Kansas City is going to be, yes, Denver's an awesome defense, and Indianapolis has been a decent defense. But that Buffalo game, what's the likelihood that that's not 60 points? I generally like, so I like 4 running backs if I don't have any running backs with a bye week during the setup. Like if I would have taken Charbonnet over Kamara here and then Aaron Jones, I would have been done and not taken White. But because I have a bye week in the structure, I want to set myself up for 4. Like I want to make sure I have 4 live running backs for every week, and I want to make sure I have 5 live wide receivers every week. And at quarterback and tight end, at tight end I want to make sure I have 1. Like, but like I don't want just 1 guy either for the whole contest. Just like I know that some people think that taking Bowers, like you just be done and you just try to advance him to the finals. I think there's so much value at the end of these drafts at tight end. Like if you look down here, Jatavian Sanders free, Chig free, Tyler Higbee free, Arroyo's starting to come on. Darnell Washington, who knows? Like we all know that Arthur Smith loves him some tight end. I would love to get Darnell Mooney here. So Darnell Mooney, when he's on the field, Drake London splits aren't that good. Um, Darnell Mooney should go higher than this for sure. There is a little bit of worry about Michael Penix and the offense as a whole, but like I think that I really like Mooney right now as a pick, and they're going to be in a high scoring game or a trailing script versus Indianapolis. In that week, I mean, I could take downs here. I personally kind of like someone else at that position a little more. What quarterbacks are left? But we'll go ahead and take downs. We'll go ahead and lock up the bring back on the week 17 game or the week. So that brings up the bring back for the finals here with Rice Worthy, Mahomes, and Josh Downs. It's a bring back in the bye week for Kansas City as well on the Mooney stuff. Yeah. Yeah, and like there's like no reason not to take that extra shot. Like there were people in like Bestball Manias taking solo tight end. I will never be that guy. What happens if you took Brock Bowers as your solo tight end and he misses 4 weeks? Like, and this was my argument then. If he misses 4 weeks, kind of like what's happened. And if you just had 6 points at tight end every week during that time, that's an extra 20 some points. That's an extra 20 points, 24 to be exact, that you missed on the season. 20 points can easily be the difference between advancing and not advancing. And injuries are pretty plentiful in the NFL, and a lot of players get nagging injuries to keep them out a week or two. And that's why I don't like solo at any position in any contest. Like, just because the injury stuff is pretty, like, in this, it's a little more planned because you got to dodge 4 weeks of injuries, right? To get to the finals healthy. Like, that's different than trying to dodge 14 weeks of injuries, right? So I understand the argument in this contest a lot more than I do in like a Bestball Mania. And especially and in Bestball Mania specifically, where it's 1 of 13, 1 of 16, like that means Brock Bowers has to be a top 5 tight end every one of those weeks so you can advance, most likely, unless you get insane pot luck. So he gets Jacksonville that week. I kind of like gambling on Godwin in this contest, so I'm going to go ahead and take Godwin. I don't even go solo tight end to BR anymore. Bully tight end. Yeah. A couple people almost got there with bully tight end and BR this last week. I mean, Kyler Warren and Trey McBride are absolute animals. Like, so I'm still laughing at everybody saying Tyler Warren's not Brock Bowers. Well, you're right. And that's why I said I always said you don't have to be Brock Bowers to pay off your ADP at Brock Bowers' old ADP. That argument at no point ever made sense to me. So also something else, Brock Bowers gets Cleveland in the finals here. So I don't love, like, he's not, that's another reason his ADP is so low. But we're going to go ahead and take Alec Pierce as well. We're going to do the double Indianapolis. So we got a Indianapolis stack, a KC stack. We have the solo tight end here. I would have taken Loveland. At this point, I'm kind of out on ADP. So I have 2 bye week 11s, 2 bye week 10s. I do have a bye week 11 here. I know I said I try to avoid that, but I will be thin in 1 week, and that it is a harder week. It's the 25% advance week, but I do like that. Let's look and see what Aaron Sandy's doing over here. We got Bijan, he got Rome, got Saquon, Jalen Hurts, and AJ Brown. He got the Philadelphia stat going, all by week 9. So he has to get through this pod without his entire stack. But if he does, he's going to look really good. T. Higgins, Olave, Goddard, Tucker, Andrews, Gainwell, Bateman. So he's only got Bijan right now and Kenneth Gainwell for week 9. At running back and at wide receiver, he seems fine. T. Higgins, Olave. Like, he's got a bye week in the first 3 weeks. That feels fine. So, like, and I don't even mind mixing in a bye week 12 person if I feel like the value's there. Like, I've been taking some Justin Herbert because Herbert goes at 1 in the 10th round. If Herbert didn't have a bye, he would be going up here in like the 8th round, right? So I don't mind taking somebody that should accelerate my advance rates either. Maybe I'm wrong, but I've definitely been wrong before and definitely will be wrong in the future. Do I want to risk it with him? I think I'm just gonna take Bryce Young here as my quarterback, and yeah, they both went, but it does set me up for a late Jatavian Sanders. If JT Sanders is available at 190, 195, I'll take him. Loveland made it all the way back to 162. To me, that is a fantastic pick. Another pick I really like is Lutz made here is Kyle Monungai. I wasn't looking at any running backs because of what I'd done early, but I do really like the Kyle Monungai stuff. Even though they're kind of like Swift has looked better, they're definitely more of a running offense right now. So I do like that quite a bit. I really like it, that pick for sure. So I don't need him anymore. We just need some wide receivers. I might just pull Jalen Noel all the way up, honestly. Call it good. We'll do that. I know Christian Kirk is on the board still, but he can't stay healthy. What's up, Lutz? How we doing? I talk positively about one of your picks and you just pop up out of nowhere. Are you lurking out here? Is that what you're doing? But yeah, so Jalen Noel, I think he played well enough. Yes, the offensive line is awful. Yes, they probably won't score a lot of points, but he doesn't have a bye during the contest. I think that he's played well enough to warrant at least mixing in with Christian Kirk whenever Kirk is healthy. And for whatever reason, they just seem to hate Jaden Higgins. And my best ball bags are not happy about that. I have a lot of Jaden Higgins, and that has not been a good thing. I think I haven't decided if I'm CMC or Gibbs in this contest. I think I just would take whatever the let's see. We got Giants, Rams, Arizona, Carolina. I think I do prefer Gibbs slightly, but I'm just going to take whatever ADP it is. Like, whoever's at ADP between those three, between Bijan, McCaffrey, Gibbs. And this is kind of what I was talking about before. I think I like Puka ahead of Jonathan Taylor, and then I like JSN. I think this is the exact order I have things. So we were talking about tight end earlier. Talk about just pulling JT Sanders up. I think that's what I want to do here. I don't know if Gino's going to get benched. I have no idea. Like, you have me there. I've heard some rumors that maybe I don't know if that's just fans saying that they want him to be benched. I don't know if there's like actual news to that. Yeah, I don't know. Diami Brown and Parker Washington, I think, are both very solid clicks down here as well. Let's look at the board. He's got Trey McBride, Pitts. Aaron Sandy has 2. So I'm actually going to take Jack Besh here. We're going to do a mini team stack with the Raiders as well. If Jacoby Myers gets traded, Besh will have a bigger role. Yes, he's not looked good. He can't get open. But, like, if he's on the field taking snaps, this is the 15th round or 16th round pick. Like, I'm not expecting this pick to set the world on fire, but he will be available for all 4 weeks, and he should have an increased role after the bye. I fully expect Jacoby Myers to be traded in this bye week. Maybe I'm wrong, but I honestly expect that. I'm not going to take Taysom 101. I mean, I could definitely see Taysom Hill being a really good pick in this. I just took Taysom Hill in a dog bowl on the Maddox stream, so wish me luck to that. So let's go over the team real quick. We have 1 pick left. We got Patrick Mahomes, Bryce Young, running backs, Jahmyr Gibbs, Jordan Mason, and Aaron Jones. Alvin Kamara, Rachaad White. The only bye week we have Alvin Kamara week 11. We have Rachaad White week 9 in the opener. So that feels fine. Wide receivers, double stack Mahomes, Rashee Rice, David Worthy, Darnell Mooney, Josh Downs for the bring back, and Alec Pierce for the bring back. Chris Godwin, won't have him week 9, but I think he's an absolute value. And then Jalen Noel, Jack Besh as darts, and then Brock Bowers, Tavian Sanders. Does he? I don't know if he does. But I do know that this upcoming week is National Tight Ends Week. I'm sure you've all heard that. And I believe he generally dominates on National Tight Ends Week. Let me go see if that is true or if I'm making that up. So it's week 8 every year is National Tight Ends Week. I'll finish looking that up whenever I sort through who I want. Honestly, if Taysom Hill makes it to me, I might just take him for fun. Pat Bryant has been getting a better role, but it's not enough. We could see old Jimmy Horn Jr. has been getting a little bit of buzz here. I do have Bryce Young. I don't like it, but it is something that I think it's clickable. I don't think it's a bad click. I think Roman Wilson's fine. I think Jalen Lane is fine. Dante Thornton's fine. I took Adonai Mitchell earlier whenever I got sniped on all the Colts with the Mahomes stack. Yeah, we'll take a Jimmy Horn share. He could get 30 yards and a touchdown to help you advance in a week. So we got Bryce Young to Jimmy Horn and Jatavian Sanders. And Jimmy Horn's looked decent when he's been out there. I didn't like him as a prospect, but he's looked fine. Maybe that's because the Panthers receivers don't look good. Maybe that's why. Then we got the Mahomes, Rice Worthy double stack. We have the double bring back with Josh Downs, Alec Pierce on the Worthy. And we also have that game stack during Kansas City's bye week with Atlanta. I really like the way that this team looks right now, I think I have pieces. I have Minnesota's running game, uh, and they get Detroit, Baltimore, and Chicago in the first four or the first three games. So I do feel like that is pretty solid. Let's see what Aaron Sandy done. We got Jalen Hurts, Darnold, and Gino, Bijan, Saquon, uh, Kenneth Walker, Ray Davis, Jeremy McNichols. He's going to have a hard time advancing out of week 9 because of like he has to get one of those. But if Bijan's who you need, it probably doesn't matter. Rome Odunze, AJ Brown, T. Higgins, Olave, Trey Tucker, Rashad Bateman, Troy Franklin. Like very, very balanced bye weeks all the way through there. That absolutely helps with the Bijan only for week, like because it's hard to say that Ray Davis or McNichols will matter. I like both of them, but I mean, if James Cook gets hurt, right, like Ray Davis to the moon, and Kenneth Gainwell has done it already. I do think that after last week, Jaylen Warren will be a better pick, but your wide receiver room should definitely help you fill the flex for that week. And then you got Goddard, Andrews, Higbee. I like that. Yeah, I like the team. If this team advances out of week 9, I think it's a very solid team. Like, and then let's go on to Loot. I assume that he's talking to Aaron Sandy and not I. We got a 3-5-8-3 for Loot. Caleb Williams, Brock Purdy, CJ Stroud, 3 live quarterbacks the whole contest. CMC stacked up with Brock Purdy. Charbonnet, Algier, Monungai. I really like the Monungai pick. I think the Monungai pick is very good right now. I think he's underrated. I think he should go. I think I would be willing to take him at 120. And Isaiah Davis is one of the best last round picks you could possibly make in this contest. His ADP has not moved yet since the Braylon. Like Brees has asked for a trade as well. So if that happens, you just get an RB1, right? So because I went RB early, I didn't take him, but I'm willing to take Isaiah Davis in like around 13, 14 if I need it. Like I don't really value the ADP here. And the problem is Cleveland, New England may be the 2 best rush defenses in the league, but Baltimore is a very good swing for the last week. Then you got Nico Collins, Marvin Harrison, Steph Diggs. Diggs is awesome in this contest. Such a good schedule. Luther Burden and Zacchaeus. So you got the triple stack there with Caleb Williams, Monungai, Burden, and Zacchaeus. Hopkins, Lil Jordan Humphrey, also a very good, probably low owned pick. I love McBride, Kyle Pitts. Giants signed Ray. Hell yeah. I needed to hear that because I have a little bit of Ray McLeod and Bestball. So I'm going to enter another third quarter draft, and we will be entering in 10 seconds. I don't know about the rest of you guys, but I really wish Underdog would allow me to click Never NBA so it never pops up on my screen up top. I only want NFL stuff. Like the fact that now the NBA's live, they pushed it to the front, so I have to click through more things. Annoys me. I would love like, and I get it. They've done a lot of upgrades this year, and this isn't something that like I'm going to quit Underdog for this, but it would be nice if I could set a preference, so like it still shows those because I can go click which one I want. If I could click it from my options, like in my settings, and have this always be first, that would be fantastic. Underdog don't annoy their most loyal users. Yeah, it's like there are a bunch of people who play hoops and all of that on 2 spots available, by the way, for anybody who wants. But like Underdog is mostly NFL stuff, right? Like maybe I'm biased because that's all I do. But I'm thinking that a good portion of their money comes from specifically that. All right, so week 8. Week 8, Taysom Hill last year, only 6 points. The previous year, 22.5. No, I did not. I will bring it up again. I had 2 live last week. This was a crazy pod. I scored 143 and got third. And this guy here, Miller Jordan 14, if you're listening, you are a total troll. And I'm going to be very sad if you win the whole thing, because this man took week 8 by Puka, Amon, and JSN. And yes, he got to the finals. He won us $50. But yeah, so he got there with only Amon, JSN, Franklin, Leggett, and Wandale, because the bottom all hit. All of them hit, right? Like, they didn't have to use them, but Wandale and Franklin also kind of hit, right? He needed every point he got. He had the big DeAndre Swift week. I ended up needing Rashad White to do something at the end. He did not. This team had Tyreek, though. I even had Devonta Smith and Jordan Addison and couldn't get through because my tight ends, Mason Taylor, failed and Njoku was hurt. So I basically got pushed because of that. So this pod was strong. And then last place in this pod gets first place in this pod. So I find that pretty hilarious. And it's not even like barely. It's so third place in this pod wins this pod by 27 points. Like, that is nuts, right? This team was not good. Like, nothing worked out. It had Garrett Wilson, it had Godwin, it had Slayton. Like, I had no hopes for that team. But yeah, that's what happened to me in the second quarter. Did anybody in here get a second quarter team through? And if so, is that team completely live or not? Let me know. We got and then Taysom Hill got 8 points in 2022 in National Tight Ends Week, and he did not play in 2021. And I think 2021 is about the time that it started. So, and also I ran into 174 points in my eliminator final matchup. So I am also done with the eliminator. Oh, he does tear up the Falcons, by the way. Is that who they played this week? Oh no. So in the finals here. Got it. That is good to know. We got the 106. Aaron Sandy here at the 102. Another top pick for him. Congratulations to him. Lutz at the 107. I am Hawks. I'm not sure if I am Hawks is here, but if you are, welcome. Welcome to the Hoot Crew. You were in the last one. Christopher was also in the last one. I'm just assuming that everybody who was in the last one just queued up. Yeah, I got 1 out of the 8 I drafted through. Nice. Very nice. I did 30 of them. But I had 59% Kavonte Turpin, and then he gets hurt week 4. Like, because the contest was closed before week 4, right? But yeah, I had 57% Kavonte Turpin. And then the slot guy week 5 in Dallas, Ryan Flournoy, put up 119 and 1. I would have advanced like 7 more teams if that was the case. So and then I had like, I basically hit the lottery of injuries in that contest. Like, every week, I drafted a few teams every week, and every week there was one single team where I drafted the guy, like the handcuff to the guy who got hurt. In every other contest, I drafted the guy who got hurt. So 75% Rico, nice. On 8 drafts, that makes sense. Like, if you're doing, like, I did 30, so I was wanting a little more exposure. If I only plan on doing like 7 to 10, I'm just gonna go get my guys. I had 20% Rico, um, and with the 20% Rico, I still only advanced like 5 teams to week 2. Like, I just ended up having a bunch of hurt players. Like, a bunch of the players who got hurt week 4. I had a whole bunch of Hampton because I'd done some every week. I had like 22% Hampton in that contest as well. So I also took like 15% Rasheed Rice, hoping to get a team to the finals with Rice. Or, yeah. So, and tell me that was wrong. Like, Rice may be the guy you need in the finals. Okay, so yeah, we'll take Kyron. I don't love Kyron, but Sean McVay loves Kyron, so that's more important than me liking Kyron. Is how that works. But sorry, somebody messaged me. Yeah, I mean, I had 45% Rico Dowdle in pre-draft best ball last year, and I got 0 teams to the finals because I also had 30% Chase Brown, and I didn't stack anything well enough that it hit. Like, and I mean, Rico ended up dudding out in the, like, Rico plus Chase Brown wasn't what you needed week 16 last year. So I basically, all of my teams had one or the other, and I didn't dodge. I didn't weave it through, but I did advance a lot. Let's go to the music. Is the music too loud? Let me know. Trying to figure out. There we go. We'll do that. We'll do that for now. I mean, I have a team positioned to do really well in drafters right now. I went over it on my stream yesterday. I've got a team that is 11th in the early mini 2. It's got Bijan, Jonathan Taylor, Scadaboo. It's 11th right now. So first place for this contest is $5,000, which doesn't even get me to even for the year, but it'd be fun to get first in something. But this team has Ricky Pearsall on it, who's not played the entire time. So, like, having a top, yeah, and Lutz is up there too. I've been seeing his name up there in that because I look at all of them every week. He's got one. Steve-O has a couple. Meg is first in marathon right now, but I'm excited about this one because I have the nuts, almost the nuts at running back. Bo Nix, Caleb could definitely get there. DJ Moore is probably low owned up here, and so is Ricky Pearsall. I hit the Trey Tucker, Troy Franklin lottery down at the end. Besh is now going to become a real threat, and Egbuka is now the number 1, right? So, like, this team feels awesome. And Isaiah likely hasn't played a snap yet this year, and he's on the team. So that's not 13th and 33rd. That's awesome. So I have some teams that, like, look really good right now for the underdog stuff, but the underdog stuff all comes down to pod luck and variance. So I feel pretty good. Like, I've got a 19% expected advance rate, and I'm advancing 16.2 or something. But I also have like 15% Rasheed Rice, 14% Jordan Addison, and 12% Darnell Mooney, who have barely played, and they all look really good, right? And I have 14.5% Devonta Smith, who's done nothing until now. And I think it's just going to continue. So I feel very good about it, like very, very good about it. About my positioning overall on underdog at the moment. So I know I'm under advancing at the moment, but I feel like I'm poised to get some very strong teams through. And some of those teams will have Hampton on it. And I think Hampton will be very good. Lamar and Zay to rescue my bags. Yeah. Yeah. Some of us had 40%. Was it 40% Zay? I ended up overweight on Zay. Wild team RBs are going to go. Yeah. So I have another team. My drafters Superflex team, I've got one at 39 right now as well. And I really need Aaron Jones to play this week. That's where I'm at. I need after my next pick, we could look at that if you guys want. I don't even know if I love the team. Like the wide receivers on this team are pretty nutty. And my running backs can get there. Like it doesn't feel like it's a team that should be top 50. It definitely lost a little ground this last week. I'm still like 100 points away from first, but 100 points, you can make up 100 points at this point. It's not easy to do, but you can make up that 100 points at this point. Okay, so what do I want to do here? I kind of just like Jordan Mason. I think I like Jordan Mason for this contest. I like the running backs for Minnesota. All right, so this is the Superflex I have that's near the top. It's got 1,152 points. The first place team is 8 or 12 points ahead, and basically 30. It's 45 points ahead of fourth place team. So that's a big gap, but it's Drake May, Jared Goff, Matthew Stafford. It's not a Bijan, CMC, or Jonathan Taylor team, which feels very rare. So, like, I'm kind of dead with Hunter and Blue here. But when Hampton comes back, if I can keep this team in the top 40, 50, 53rd's probably brought. Yep. I'd seen you down there before, but it's got Jamar Chase, George Pickens, Devonta Smith, Mario Douglas, Keenan Allen, Adam Thielen, unfortunately, but it's got the booty as well. Then Laporta, Arroyo, and Higbee. It's a solid team. I feel very thin. Achane at least has a good matchup this week. So the good matchup is very nice this week. Aaron Jones, it kind of sounds like they think he might play this week. And I do think I want to have him there this week for sure. Yeah, so the community, and we haven't even talked about it, but I think it's the pre-draft. Is it this one? Mini 2. That's Steve. I know DJ Quill is very high in one of them. Was it? Oh, it's the $2. She is 5th right now in the $2. So that's pretty exciting for them as well. Hell yeah, give me some Baker Mayfield. Let's do this thing. Let's get some Baker. Yeah, so DJ Quill's team here. We got Bijan, Taylor, Josh Jacobs. Like, this is a really good team. They're only 30 points from first right now. Like that's an with Javante. So Bijan, Taylor, Jacobs, Javante. Like that has to feel good. Sutton, Pickens, Rome. Myers has to be not feeling great. Alec Pierce down here, Turpin, and Ray Ray. Like this could survive. An awesome tight end room. Loveland's about to get on fire. Ferguson and Jawan, Caleb, Dak, Daniel. That team's really good. That team's very good. But having teams in the top 50, like 50-ish, like any team within like 100 points of first in the contest, like you don't feel great about being 50 points behind or 100 points, but there's at least a path. I believe it was Updog said that the year he won Drafters, and he kind of won, that he ended up, he was like 100 points away on week 10. And his team just went on a nuts run. So there is a chance for all the teams that are at least up there. All right, so I could stack Mike Evans here. Jokes right there. I got him. I got jokes for you. I'm just gonna take Jake Ferguson. Actually, what? Hey, what's up, dog? What's? Yeah, it's such a great. When Kirk Cousins did that joke to the media, I'm pretty sure that's like the second moment that everybody started to love Kirk Cousins. Because the whole "you like that" thing was like pretty overblown. It's like I don't know why that got so popular because it's something that I don't know. I'd told people all the time, but he just yelled it into the camera. I was like, yeah, that seems pretty normal to say, and the media just took off with it. I'm not saying it wasn't cool. It was cool, but like the things that go viral are wild, right? Like it's things you've seen before, but it just happened in a specific manner, and the way that it happens is why it goes viral. It's pretty awesome. Zach Charbonnet feels very good in this contest as well right now. Yeah, it's not what you say, it's how you say it, and the context in which it was said, right? It's like what the environment around you was, all that stuff. All of that plays to if it's viral or not. That tastes good today. I don't know why, but that strawberry blast tastes amazing. I don't know if I want Ramondre on this team. I don't want Ramondre on any team, but I mean, if he makes it to me, I'm taking him. That's how this works. So it's on you. It's on Loot. Thank you, Loots. I appreciate you, Loots. I know I haven't said it before, but I do. We could take Jawan Jennings here. Actually, we'll just take DJ Moore. Like, why is DJ Moore down here at 91? I think Aaron Jones is a fine price in this. Because if he might play this week, if he doesn't play this week, he's definitely playing next week. And I just think that he's going to end up mattering. Like, they've tried to use Jordan Mason in the passing game. It's not worked super well. They brought in Scott. They definitely need that outlet right now. I think Aaron Jones, like he's going at the same price he did in Bestball Mania, right? His situation is slightly worse because of the offense isn't scoring as much as we thought they could. But with that being said, like he's also healthy right now, like, and that means a lot in this contest. Is just having a guy that's healthy. So if Jawan Jennings makes it back, I will take Jawan Jennings. If he does not, I will take Sam Darnold. By the way, we have the Baker Mayfield, Egbuka, Kyron Williams Week 17 matchup right here. I'll take Juwan and hope that Sam Darnold comes back around. Quarterbacks get sketchy here. I'm fine not having Darnold. If I get Darnold back, though, I might ride with only him versus Washington. So I will probably take a third quarterback, but because I'll have to, you have to get the hardest advance rate week is the first week. And by the way, Hartman, what time are you planning on starting tonight? You can give me Pacific time if you want. That way I can plan some stuff out. I have some things I need to do tonight. As soon as this draft is over, I'm going to be leaving for a while. Then I have to grill. Then I have some things I need to do. Then I'll have a bunch of drafts I need to do. But we're good. I just need to know I'm good whenever. I just need to know a time to be ready to jump into StreamYard. 7 Pacific. I didn't think you were usually off work by then. But yeah, that's fine. I know FanSpeak is usually live until I think they go live at 8:30, which is whatever. They do their Degen dad thing, I think, on Wednesday nights at 8:30 to 9:30. We can definitely go live during that. That's fine. But I just thought I'd let you know that. I would like to be done by 11:30 if possible, Central, so 9:30 your time. Personally, I would love that. And if it goes late, it goes late. I slept a lot last night just in case. So we're good. We are good. Thanks, you Lutz. Thanks a lot. Thanks, sir. He snipes my quarterback. I think he actually timed out on that. I don't even think that was intentional. Yeah, we'll take Trey Tucker. I'm fine with that. It really felt like Lutz there timed out. I don't know if he did. He doesn't have any pieces of that team, but he could still take Torrey Horton later or Arroyo. And it is a second quarterback, and there is kind of a drop off at quarterback at this point. I felt like it was an auto. It's all good though. It's still a fine pick. It was around ADP. Snipe my stack. RIP. Maybe that's what I needed to win. If Justin Herbert makes it back around, I'll just take, and he doesn't. So I will probably make this a 3 quarterback team. I know I was saying I'll probably just take 2 late and call it good. So Algier feels fine here. I think I want Algier. Yeah, we're going to take Algier. So I could be done at running back here with Kyron, ETN, Mason, and Algier. I'll probably add another one, but I have no bye weeks at all. I definitely do want another one, but I'm just saying, if I had to, I could be done at 4 there, I think. Algier has standalone value. Before the season, I didn't think he had a whole lot of standalone value. I was looking at his weekly finishes from last year, and they were all very bad. He had 1 week that was top 30. He's already had multiple weeks of top 30 this year. Let me see if I can bring that up real quick. All right. So, and by the way, it looks like so the 10 pixel, whenever you have the board up and you go to a different screen now, it doesn't change it up top, but whenever it becomes your pick, it actually has a countdown now. which is pretty awesome. So, yeah, Tyler Algier, he's got a 17 and a 15 and a top 30. And if you go to last year, I don't know how to go to last year's. So I'll look at that here in a second. I'm about on the clock. All right. So what quarterbacks are still available? Manungai did go. We'll go ahead and take Calvin Ridley here. Actually, we'll just take Godwin again. Why not? Let's just double stack this. JSN, DJ Moore, Jennings, Tucker could be enough for week 9. I don't have any bye weeks in week 9 here. I should be able to flex a running back. Tight end, I feel pretty solid about just Jake Ferguson and one other guy, even though I'll have a bye week there. It might end up being Kate Otten. I don't know. Not sure. But I just need to take a couple random quarterbacks. I don't need them to be stacked or anything. Let's see. Can I go? Yeah, I don't know how to look at last year's weekly finishes. I guess if I use Player Profiler, I can do it there. So there is that as well. So I am bringing that up at the moment on the other screen. And you'll have to remember that on Player Profiler, it is also full PPR, so the numbers are a little different. I think I just want. I'll just take Joe Flacco. He gets Chicago, Baker's bye week. I feel pretty good about that. All right, so progress. So in this was 2024 season. This is Tyler Algier. Let me make sure it is. Weekly finishes. Starting from week 1, 60, 36, 55, 32, 45, 11. So there's one. 42, 46, 36, 36. So all the way to week 14 to a 22. So he only had 2 top 30 weeks and only 1 in the top 15. He's already had more than that this year. Right? Like this year he's had a 19 and a 16 and a 31, almost cracking it a third time. So the numbers said that it was unlikely for him. Like to me, it didn't look like he would have a lot of standalone value because of that. But I mean, it definitely didn't play out that way. So, and Lutz did exactly what I thought. I almost snapped AJ Burner here. I was nice though. I let the auto snipe get his stack, and he even took Kyle Manungai on me. You're welcome when you win. You owe me half. I don't make the rules. I just know him. Let's see if he also takes old Colston Loveland here. We got but I do need a third quarterback. I'm very scared to take Geno Smith, but I may take Geno Smith. So he does not take Colston Loveland. That gives me a mini stack here with Pittsburgh or with Chicago. That gives me a little bit of a sort of a game stack, a naked Flacco. The thing is like I don't really see where naked Flacco is going to win, because 2 advance out of this, right? So if he cooks with Jamar Chase, the Jamar Chase team probably is better than mine, but my team has a chance to advance. So let's see here, though. I don't have Did Brock Purdy go already? So pretty good does go before this. I'm still kind of new to these ADPs. I will probably push Gino. I do need another running back. Wow, they have ripped all the running backs out that I care about. So maybe I'll just go ahead and take Gino. That's the earliest I've seen Brashard Smith go. Where did Brashard Smith go? Brashard Smith goes at 145. That's, I mean, I don't hate it. I think it's fine. He's seen better usage over and over again. Them's the rules. Yeah, like, yeah, I'm just joking, but yeah, I mean, if it wins, it would be great. Like, I'd be happy for you. I mean, because if that wins, my team wasn't going to win, right? Like, so it's better for you to have him than me. So if it wins, congratulations. Because you don't have JSN. And if you need JSN, a Darnold team's not going to be the one that wins it, right? So, and at least once you took him, you built it correctly or smartly. I guess there is no correct way to build. We got did he even go? Devin Neal even went. Bunch of animals in this room. Absolute animals. Maybe I take Caleb Johnson. By the way, Hassan Haskins is doubtful for this week. Yeah, I seen you got Horton and AJ Barner. Yeah. No, like sometimes you auto picks. It happens. Like, people don't need to get upset about it. Like, I'm assuming you weren't excited about it when it happened. I don't think that you were like, yes, I autoed Sam Darnold, right? Like, that. I'm assuming that you're like, damn it, I guess I got to draft Torrey Horton now. That's how I am whenever I make auto picks. It's like, why did I do that? What just happened? Why did I ruin my team? So I do need a little more wide receiver here. I mean, maybe I just lean into Jack Besh again. Brandon Ayuk is interesting in this contest. I still don't think he plays till after week 10, but who knows? Who knows what's going to happen there? So Loveland and Ferguson. Only Loveland for week 10 versus the Giants does feel thin, but I think I'm going to ride with that. I have 3 more picks left? No, I have 2 more picks left. I think I'll take Besh here. And I wasn't too excited about it. The draft is moving too fast. Yeah, like these second quarter. So the one thing I've learned, because I've tried to multitask while doing 1 or 2 of these second quarters, only absolute Degens are in these rooms. So everyone in these rooms are like probably have issues, and they're very into it, and they know what they want to do. And because they know what they want to do, they just rip off picks. So it's honestly pretty refreshing to draft these. I feel pretty good about that. I think I want the 6th running back. Isaiah Davis won't make it to me, but if he does, I will definitely take him. I kind of like Keaton Mitchell as a sneaky play here. He gets Miami week 9 and Minnesota week 10. And I think those are both very favorable matchups. Another sneaky pickup is Marshawn Lloyd as well. I will look through your team in a minute, Aaron Sandy. I haven't got to your team. I've only been paying attention to the guy who sniped me. Sorry. Normally it's Aaron Sandy that's trying to snipe me. Today, that was only in weekly winners. And all of my weekly winners teams have been awful. I've been like at the cut line every week, like within a point of cashing, getting a $7 cash every week, and I've got a single one. I think I only did 15, but I've only got a single cash out of those 15. I've not even had anything that like felt good, like felt live. But we're just now getting into the week because I targeted specific weeks on a lot of mine. And this was a week week 8, I targeted like 3 times. So this is a week I have a little bit of hope for. I think I want Keaton Mitchell here. You know what? Screw it. I'm taking Marshawn Lloyd. What could go wrong? All right, so we got a 3-6-7-2. We got Baker Mayfield, Joe Flacco, Geno Smith. We got Geno Smith and Joe Flacco for the pod. Week 9 bye for Baker. We got Baker double stacked with Igbuka and Chris Godwin. With the Rams bring back here of Kyron Williams. That feels very good if we can advance this team. Running backs are Kyron, as just mentioned, ETN, Jordan Mason. That feels very good with Algier. Like, I have 6 running backs, and none of them have a bye week during the contest. Then we have Caleb Johnson and Marshawn Lloyd as absolute darts. JSN, Egbuka. Like, if I advance out of week 9, my team is very, very strong. Because I'll have a double-stacked Egbuka Godwin with JSN, DJ Moore, Jawan Jennings, Trey Tucker with a double-stack, Jack Besh, Geno Smith, Jake Ferguson, Colson Loveland, like thin at tight end, but I think the team feels pretty solid. Let's look at Aaron Sandy's team. I got Justin Herbert, Kyler, and Bryce Young. I really do like Herbert at the ADP. I think his ADP is way like. If he didn't have a bye week during this contest, he'd be going where Daniel Jones goes, right? Which is like 2 full rounds, maybe 3 full rounds ahead. Where is Danny Dimes? Yeah, he goes at 97, and Herbert goes at like 120. So you get 2 full rounds of value there. Yes, you don't get the player for the finals, but like Tennessee, Pittsburgh, Jacksonville, like I feel like he's going to cook. Like he has no choice but to cook, right? Kyler Murray, Bryce Young, for the finals. They both have Jacksonville and San Francisco. Those could be high-scoring games. Assuming Kyler doesn't get benched for Jacoby Brissett, we got Bijan, you got Chase Brown, Chuba, Pacheco, Carter, Ollie Gordon. I don't mind the Ollie Gordon in the last round, although he's not there for the finals. He gets Baltimore, Buffalo, Washington defense. Like, Achane is probably going to be an advance rate monster in this. I haven't taken him yet, but I do think that he is a solid, like, I think in the early third, I'm okay with him. I'm not going to take him over like Adunze and Devontae Adams and McBride and London and Nico Kyron, right? But like, I think he's a better player than those players. And he's got an awesome first 3-week matchup. I just kind of want to get a guy for the finals there for sure. Like, is he the highest drafted guy that misses the finals? He is, right? Yeah, he is the highest drafted guy, and with good reason. He deserves to be there. And Ollie is the same situation, right? Like, because it's the same offense. Devontae Adams, Brian Thomas, Marvin Harrison, Pearsall, Coleman, Shepard. Only 1 bye week in this entire thing. Like, that's an awesome wide receiver room. I like stopping at 6 there. That makes a lot of sense. Kelsey, Andrews, Taylor. Yeah, it feels really good. Your only real buys are Herbert, Ollie, and in the finals. And then you got a week 10 here, a week 9 there, and a week 9 for wide receiver as your last pick. That feels good. Then we'll look at Lute's team and then head on out of here. Lutz has a 3-4-8-3. Let's look at the 4 running backs first. Genty, Warren, Ramondre, Manungai. Definitely looks like some auto drafting happened. You got Tyrod Taylor here, a man of the people. Jared Goff, Sam Darnold, Amon-Ra, Tet, Wilson, Horton, Io Manor, Hopkins, Noel, Tesla, Laporta, Pitts. Yeah, it's a very, very solid team. I don't know if you're happy with your running backs. I mean, you do have 3 absolute starters and a good contingent guy. Like, this is actually a zero, like a robust RB. Like, you don't have great names at the robust RB position, but you do have the Jalen Warren versus Chicago and Ramondre versus Cincinnati in the finals. And they both have a matchup or two that's really favorable during the contest. And Manungai gets Cincinnati in week 9. Like, I think that there is a path that this could definitely get there. The first week is obviously the harder. Yeah, I agree that you probably needed one more, but I do think that this is fine. Like, I would definitely have one more, but at least Ramondre, Warren are starters, and Genty is the absolute guy there. The problem is they don't have it aligned, right? But anyway, I want to thank everybody for coming out. I will be live tonight on Hartman's channel. If you follow me on X, the description down below. Yeah, like I am as well. I was kind of upset you took him in this draft, or both drafts, because I was planning on pulling him up the board, honestly. And I was wanting to take him in like 135, 140-ish, and you took him right before me. Yeah, so like I respect it. I'm not mad about it. I respect it. But I'll tweet out whenever Hartman, Candyman, and I go live tonight. Take care, everybody. Have a great day. Peace.